Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve G, and what we have this time is the Nigara VG10 Tsuchime Damascus Gyuto 240mm knife. So there's a lot to unpack with that name, and the Tsuchime refers to the hammered finish on it. It's got a kind of a unique diagonal hammering pattern to it, and then it's also got a Damascus or a layered cladding, and you can see those layers being exposed as we go down towards the edge. It's got a matte finish on it, which is very nice looking. It's a pretty blade. You can see some good contrast there as you get the polish on the core steel right here towards the edge. The cladding, as mentioned, is stainless, as is the core steel, so VG10, and they treat it to a little bit higher hardness according to the product page, around 62 Rockwell, so that's going to give you some increased edge retention over kind of standard hardness on VG10. The construction again is stainless cladding and multi-layer cladding over the top of that. So it's an all stainless blade for easy maintenance. Weight and dimensions can vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 212 grams or 7.5 ounces. Handles are octagonal mahogany handles. Almost looks like it could be mahogany or even ebony, but they're pretty dense and pretty heavy, so that brings your balance point back. Nice fit and finish on the handles, and they've done a good job of sealing up and gluing that tang into the ferrule there, into the handle. So nice seal job there. Edge length on these is about 235 millimeters or 9 1/4 inches. And the overall length on this one's about 385 millimeters or 15.2 inches. The spine, I got about 2 1/4 thickness all the way down, and not really any distal taper to speak of once you hit the grind, and you can see they've got a pretty generous grind that goes up, starts pretty high on the blade towards the tip, so it's going to be great for performance. And this is just kind of a bigger version of the 210 I've been actually using, and so it should have similar performance to that. You can see they've thinned the tip nicely, and then the edge is thin as well. It's thin at the edge. So this will be a really nice combination of performance, a little bit of stiffness and weight to it. Height, about 53.1. These are tall blades at the back. They've got a nice round part in the choil into the neck here, so great spot for your finger for a pinch grip. Balance point is going to be about right there on this one with the handle, which actually for me is pretty doggone close to where I pinch for my pinch grip. So that means for me, at least, this is going to be a nice neutral blade, even though it's got a little bit of weight to it. Let's do our beauty shot here. Again, very nice looking blades. You do have etched kanji and the maker's symbol here on the right side of the blade. And then here's the left side of the blade. There's no symbols or anything. Every knife's going to be a little bit unique. Fit and finish is nicely done. They put a little polish on the spine, a little bit of relief on the corners of that spine, and they've done the same thing on the choil. They put some work into that. You can see a little polish there and a little bit of rounding, so it's comfortable. These both came nice and sharp out of the box. A real nice looking edge. I'll give it a 6 to 7 out of 10 on my scale, so nicely done, and they're good to go right out of the box. Clean grinds on them, fairly stiff blade, nice fit and finish. Let's look at the cutting board profile. All right, so on the cutting board, it looks like this. We've got a fairly flat area, and it kind of flows into a stop at the heel, so there's a good flat spot towards the back, maybe 30% of the blade. The tip's fairly low according to the center line, so just like the 210, this isn't going to get real high before the tip wants to dig in, so it's like a bigger version of that. So it's very consistent here, so not going to rock real high unless you take maybe do a little something with that tip to upsweep it if you sharpen it. But you can see it flows real nice for low rocking, push-pull cuts, glide cuts, some chopping at the back. Tip draws are great because you don't have to lift the handle super high. So fairly versatile profile, but it's not going to be a huge rocker in terms of the way that tip's set up. So very nice looking knife. Good value, great fit and finish, nice fit and finish, and really good performance. You've either got the 240 or the 210. They're both kind of bigger brother, little brother concept, so they're both similar performers, just going to be which size you want to use. And so this is the Nigara VG10 Tsuchime Damascus Gyuto 240mm knife from Chef Knives To Go.